but I can't help from walking out. Let's throw it away. Just take my hand and understand. If you could see, I never planned to be a man. It just wasn't me. But now I'm searching for commitment and other arms. I wanna shelter you from harm. Don't be alarmed. Your attitude was the cause. You got me stressing. Soon as I open up the door with your jealous questions, like where can I be? You're killing me with your jealousy. Now my ambitions to be free, I can't breathe. Cause soon as I leave, it's like a trap. I hear you calling me to come back. I'm a sucker for love. Trap me, say you're pregnant, and guess who's the daddy? Don't wanna fall for it, but in this case, what could I do? So now I'm back to making promises to you, trying to keep it true. What if I'm wrong? A trick to keep me holding on, trying to be strong in the process, keep it going. About to lose my composure, I'm getting close to packing up and leaving notes and getting ghosts. Tell me who knows a peaceful place where I can go to clear my head. I'm feeling low, losing control. My heart is saying leave or what. The end, cause now I know you've been cheating. Turn it up loud.
Try me 100 times. Wanted me to lie, wanted me to cry, wanted me
What's up, Eagles Nation? Welcome to the live. We will get started momentarily, man. Welcome to the live. Got a lot to get into tonight. Bryce Huff is no longer a Philadelphia Eagle. Bryce Huff is no longer a Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome to Think Eagles, man. Happy Friday.
This life it allow me to take what I want. It's not like I know what I want. It's not like I know what I need. I get some time, but there's no guarantees. When I was broke, she was being a tease. 4 pockets full, now she down on her knees. Whoa, 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 whoa. Baby, gon' hit it and send it to me. Yeah. Oh, I'ma hit it and send it to baby. That's how I get when it's like you crazy. Whoa, whoa, for real, for real. Whoa. They tryna seal the deal. See me up under a sheet, parade in the streets. Yeah. Try me 100 times. Wanted me to lie, wanted me to cry, wanted me to die.
What is up, Eagles Nation? Welcome back to another live stream, man. I'm Pablo Gary. This is Think Eagles. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for locking in tonight. Let me pull up the comment section because I know it's gonna get crazy tonight. Already crazy. Got ZX11 Rider in the building. Shout out to you, bro. Rex, always in the building, said, yo, what's up, bro? I'm feeling good, man. Bryce Huff is off this team. I'm feeling good, man. It's Friday. Chilling. Melvin Gilmore, what's up, Brody? Happy Friday, man. Salute to you. Appreciate each and every one of you guys in the chat, man. You guys know how we do it, man. It's Friday. We just relaxing, we chilling. Listen, if you want to join the show, I want to hear some thoughts. You could join wherever you are. I have a call-in number. You guys can call me at 301-767-7779. If you're tired of commenting and you just got to say something, you got something on your Eagle heart, pick up the phone, 301-767-7779. Let me put it in the chat. I want to know how you guys feel about Bryce Huff no longer being on this roster. I want to know how you feel about Bryce Huff no longer being on this roster. Give me a call, 301-767-7779. We're going to try something new. Still going to be reading the comments. Carlos, welcome to the live stream. He says, Pablo, Howie with another steal. He definitely wanted that money moved and in a fifth that can turn into a fourth. And I think Bryce will do enough for them to get that 4th round pick. So that's what it is. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a fifth that can turn into a 4th round pick. Um, honestly, I think that's solid. I think it's solid for a player who you know isn't going to contribute to your team. So, um, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, Bryce Huff wasn't able to get it done. I don't know, man. Something just felt off with Bryce Huff when he first got to Philadelphia. Like when we signed him, I was just like, nah, it's not it. Something's going on with this pick. It's not it. But his number is now available. And I think Jahad Campbell should get out of that 30 and switch over to that number 0. 1 minus 1 equals what? 0. I don't know, man. I think Jahad Campbell would look really cool in number 0. We'll see who's up to get it. I'm just glad Bryce Huff no longer has it anymore. Welcome to the live stream. In case you're just joining us, man, in case you've been living under a rock, the Philadelphia Eagles have traded Bryce Huff to the San Francisco 49ers. Is Jahan Hargrave still on that roster? Be pretty interesting. I know one of the things, one of the reasons why we traded him to San Francisco was because of his relationship. He had his best career under Robert Saleh. So they said, hey, Robert Saleh's back in San Francisco. That's just great detail work. Hey, guys, can I tell you guys something really quick? And this is why Howie Roseman is the GOAT. This is why Howie Roseman is great. Prior to the Philadelphia Eagles trading Bryce Huff to the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles signed Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas happens to be the former general manager for the New York Jets, who worked directly with Robert Saleh. All right? So you bring in, hey, Joe Douglas, hey, man, could you do us a favor? Could you do us a favor? We need you to call up Robert Saleh and just see if he would take Bryce Huff back. Howie Roseman, bro, this is chess, not checkers. This is chess, not checkers. Woo! Howie Roseman technically. Howie Roseman is going nuts. Yeah, Melvin, he definitely did his thing, bro. Definitely did his thing. He got us right. Chris, my man Christopher Baker, there it is. There it was. Said Bryce Huff, take your ass to the plant and get him out. Yeah, Bryce Huff got to go, bro. And that ugly helmet, Rex says, after the draft and the offseason pickup, there won't be any room for Huff. Yeah. It got real crowded real soon. You know, you started to think going into the draft, okay, yeah, Bryce Huff will be, a great rotational piece. He could help the Philadelphia Eagles. We could keep him on the roster. You go get Joshua Uche, Azeez Ojulari. You got Jalex Hunt. You got Nolan Smith Jr. You got Ty Robinson. I'm like, uh-oh. It's getting real. Ain't got enough space in here. And what's crazy is the rookie Ty Robinson, I'm hearing that his versatility is not just at defensive tackle. That's what makes that pick so great where the Eagles got him. They're saying that he can go up and down the defensive line. He's not just a D tackle. He's not somebody just to relieve Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter. They're saying he can give you some edge reps. 6'5". I think he ran a 4.83. Yeah. So listen, the Eagles are probably looking at Ty Robinson as a guy that can get you some edge reps. Obviously, Jahad Campbell. Yeah, so the Eagles, we didn't need him. So, he should be thankful. He should be grateful. Bryce Huff, you should be thanking the Philadelphia Eagles for what we did for you. Free ride to New Orleans, got you a Super Bowl ring, put some good money in your pocket, didn't ask you to do a darn thing. I mean, this young man didn't do a darn thing. A darn thing. You guys know the memes where they're acting like they're helping somebody move something and they're like, you know what I mean? Like they're really not helping. I mean, good night. Thank you, but no thank you, Bryce Huff. Thank you, but no thank you. Carlos says Hargrave is with the Vikings now. Okay. Yeah, I figured that. Well, no, I didn't figure that because I didn't know that. I thought he was still with the San Francisco 49ers. Interesting. All right. So, Chris, I know you said something about potentially trading for TJ Watt. What do you think? What do you guys think about the Eagles defensive front right now? Are we good? Do we need to bring in a veteran? Would you consider Calais Campbell? I think we're good. I think we have a lot of youth. I think we got a lot of guys trying to get paid. I think we got a lot of guys trying to go get that bag on this defense. And I think that's why this year's defense is going to be one of the best defenses in all of football. Because you got guys trying to go get money. You got guys trying to go get real money. So we'll see. Happy Friday, Eagles Nation. If you're just now joining, man, this is Think Eagles. I am Pablo Gary. I really appreciate you guys. Hey, man, I'm doing a new thing. If you support me, you've been a day one supporter, or if you just subscribed 2 hours ago, YouTube is not helping me take care of anything. So if you truly support the channel, I don't care if it's 25 cents. I don't care where it is. My goal every month is to be able to take my family out to dinner. That's it. I'm not trying to be no big time streamer, nothing like that. But if you truly support me, you support the channel, consider, supporting the channel however you see fit. There's no rush or anything like that, man. This season I'll be doing 17 videos. I'll be doing a reaction video for each game. I'll be doing that, and then I'll be doing any breaking news, any trades, any releases, anything like that, man. And then also I'll be doing the live streams after every game, or the Saturday, most Saturdays before a game. So you support the channel, man, let me know. Support the channel. I really appreciate it. Chris says we definitely need a vet on the line, just one to take on BG's role. Okay, say okay. I see that. Something about Calais Campbell for like a veteran minimum, I would really love to do. I'm not mad at Calais Campbell. I wonder if Calais has signed with a team yet. Big guy, 6'7". I mean, you can get somebody like Calais Campbell that can just eat up space. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Hey, Mr. Reggie, if you are watching live now, hey man, let me know when we can link up. Whenever you want to do the video, man. I'm trying to link up with other Eagle content creators. It's gonna be really dope. Something new that we're doing. Yeah, man, like I said, during the season, you guys gonna be able to call in. You can comment, do stuff like that. I'm just trying to give you guys more ways to connect with the channel. Sometimes texting don't work. I gotta call in and scream and talk about how bad who Jalen Hurts was that Sunday, right? Even though Jalen Hurts is gonna ball out this season. Yeah. I like where our roster is right now. Justin Simmons is still out there. And I said this, I think Chris asked me in the live stream, he said, bro, like, if you could go get a guy, I forget who the other player was, but it was Justin Simmons and somebody else. Justin Simmons is still out there. He's still available. I don't know, man. I think he could be the missing piece. Like I said, I like Reed Blankenship. I don't like the idea of, I get Makuba has a lot of talent. I get they're saying there's some buzz generating around Makuba, right? And that's fine. I get we got other guys, Lewis Sings, Sidney Brown. Listen, it doesn't hurt, man, to bring in a solid veteran. And I think Justin Simmons, he's already said that he wants to come to Philadelphia. He could have been signed on another roster, right? Just off the sheer fact of just kind of getting comfortable. The season is around the corner. We have 15 more Sundays until football is back, right? So you want to get somewhere, but I truly think he wants to play for the Eagles. We'll see what happens with him. Rex says, Kyle Pitts to the Eagles. Is that a possibility? Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I am actually, bro, I've been in love with Kyle Pitts ever since his college days, bro. I remember I was so pissed off when, I don't know what, did we have a top 10 pick? It was the year where, no, I think we had 8 or 9. And I felt like Kyle Pitts, because I know Bijan Robinson was in that same draft, and I thought we were close enough to draft Bijan. And I was like, man, if we could add Kyle Pitts to this roster, that would be crazy. So who knows, man? It's pretty interesting that the Eagles didn't sign Dallas Goedert to a multi-year deal. Next year, he's back in the same situation. So we'll see what that looks like for him. If it looks like he's not going to return, man, I would go look at, Kyle Pitts. I know the Falcons, they're trying to see what they have in him. They want to see what they have in him. I know they're putting a lot of pressure on him this year to perform. So, we'll see, man. But Kyle Pitts to Philly, bro, I think that's something that would be crazy. And it's perfect timing, too. It's perfect timing because, if you don't want to pay Dallas Goedert, if you feel like he's too much, if you feel like, well, if he suffers another injury and it's just like, see, this is why we can't pay you, we just kind of go our separate ways. But if I'm Howie Roseman, I would absolutely reach out to the Atlanta Falcons to see about my guy, Kyle Pitts, for sure. Play my song right. Yeah, Chris says no to Kyle Pitts because we just bought back Dallas Goedert. Wouldn't make sense to bring on 2 tight ends that would leave next year. Yeah. All right, Chris says no. If we can get him next year, and if we wait a minute, is he on his 5th year deal now? I'm not sure, but I would say Kyle Pitts, being from the state of Pennsylvania, being homegrown, sometimes maybe that helps. Maybe that helps get his career back. I wouldn't say back on track because he put up like 1,000 yards his rookie year, right? So he's been performing. I don't know what the Falcons want from him. I think his first 2 years he didn't have a quarterback. It was he didn't have anybody. So I know that he would excel in the Philadelphia Eagles offense. He would absolutely excel because we're not asking him to be a number 1 guy. We're asking him to fit in, and honestly, if we're being real with ourselves, bro, we can barely get the ball around now as it is. We can barely get AJ Brown enough touches. So again, if I'm Dallas Goddard, I'm thinking about my legacy. Obviously, the money is there. If he wants to work with the Philadelphia Eagles, he may have to take a little pay cut. But man, do you see the Philadelphia Eagles going to the championship again and again and again? If you do, it's a no-brainer for me. So we'll see what he does and see how he's thinking. But yeah, it is. It just is what it is. So I mean, the Eagles' offense is not an offense, man, where we need, in my opinion, I don't know if we need a dominant tight end. I just don't think we need that. Personally, don't. So because you have so much talent, you pay excuse me, you're paying AJ Brown 50, 100 million. I mean, that's where your offense is coming through. So Candy says, I don't think they'll trade Pitts, not with Penix Jr. trying to develop tight end and quarterback security. Tight end is a quarterback's security blanket. Absolutely. And Cindy, that's actually a great point. Any young quarterback in this league, it's crazy that Kyle Penix Jr. and Jalen Hurts are the same age. No, Jalen Hurts is a year older. Kyle Penix Jr. has 1 year of NFL experience, and he's 25 years old. Jalen Hurts has 6 years of NFL experience, and he has been to the Super Bowl twice and has won one Super Bowl at this point. The Eagles are very, very fortunate. Just want to put that out there. So yes, Candy, I do think that, if you want, I think you almost have to keep Kyle Pitts. You just have to, you drafted him so high. You got Bijan Robinson. You just have to, he has to stay there until it works. So I agree. Chris says, yes, this is his last year. He was in the Smitty draft. Okay. Candy says, yes, the Eagles got too many hungry wolves already. Yeah, I mean, I said that last year. Like, I just feel like we don't need, I mean, you need a solid tight end, but do you need a dominant tight end? I don't know. I think you need a catch and run guy. If you can find a solid guy that can catch, that can run, that can block, but see, that's where Dallas Goedert's his value screams at you, right? Because it's hard to find a guy that can catch, get in and out of breaks and block for you. Like, you're going to end up with a Kyle Pitts. All he does is catch. All he can do is run routes. I mean, that's basically it. So don't look for him to block. So you kind of put yourself, you live in that gray area, so to speak. So I don't know, man. I'll tell you this in terms of the tight end position. Because Dallas Goedert is homegrown and we drafted him and he's ours and we've raised him and he's, I get the injuries, but I just hate how the whole Zach Ertz, thing played out. And I think Zach Ertz definitely still has a lot of football left. And, maybe he could have still been in Philadelphia, right? That's long gone now. But, Dallas Goedert, being 30? I think he's 30 now, turning 31. I think he has, if he can stay healthy, I think Dallas Goedert has about 5 to 7 solid years left. I think he could play to 35, 36, force himself to play at 37. He's not going to be the same blocker, the same catcher, but, why not continue this trend? The Eagles have a beautiful trend of players being born and raised here. Lane Johnson. You think Brandon Graham. You think Jason Kelsey. You think Fletcher Cox. You think Lane Johnson coming up soon in a couple of years. So, I don't know, man. Chris said it would be a slap in the face for Goddard to take a pay cut and then bring in another tight end. Yeah, it would. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't bring in Kyle Pitts if Dallas Goedert is still here. And I get it. You know, the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. You know, Dallas Goedert feels that he's owed, you know, some money, you know. And, you know, he came up big in the Green Bay game, had that huge stiff arm. You know, he played really well for us. You know, so I get it. You know, I get it, man. He definitely did his thing. Um, he just has to. If I'm Dallas, I'm just looking at what happened to Zach Ertz, and I'm asking myself, okay, it's not like the Eagles are paying me peanuts. Do I want peanuts and being able to go to the championship, or do I want money and just send me to the LA Chargers where I know I don't have a chance? So to me, that's what Mekhi Beckham did. Mekhi Beckham is 25 years old. You see what he looked like when he was developed by Jeff Stoutland. To me, and again, I'm not counting anybody's pockets. Don't pocket watch, right? But what I'm saying is, if I am Mekhi Beckham, and this is if I'm Dallas Goedert, I would kind of sort of measure my thought process after this. Like, if I'm Mekhi Beckham, why would you sign a 2-year deal with the Chargers that you know they're not going anywhere? You're 25 years old. Lane Johnson probably retires in 2 years or 3 years max, right? You could have stayed. You could have took the little money to get to the big money, right? And even while making the little money, you're doing big things. You're going back to the championship. You're a 2-time Super Bowl champion, right? So for me, I don't know. That's just how I process it. That's how I think. I get it. Everybody's trying to make money. They're not waking up. They're not sacrificing. They're not leaving their families. They're not putting in all of this work for nothing. I get it. But in those unique situations where you're 25 years old, why not wait your turn? Just wait your turn, man. Just wait. You'll get your money. Candy says Goddard is so perfect. He just hasn't been healthy. Yeah, that's his thing. That's his issue. You know, and I know that's what comes up, you know, between Howie Roseman and Dallas Goedert's agent. It's like, hey man, we love him. We drafted him. We know what he can do. But at the end of the day, the NFL is all about what can you do? I'm sorry, what have you done for me lately? And we can't have Dallas Goedert here and there. You can't be a here and there type of player, man. We need you. So I don't know. Dallas Goedert potentially not being on his roster for me was like when Darius Slay, when he got cut the first time, it was this culture shock. It was like, oh no, we don't have Slay. Like, that's crazy. And then we signed him the very next day, and everything went well, and they went off to win the championship, Super Bowl, right? This one hurts. Like, it would hurt if he would leave, man, because we drafted him. Darius Slay, it hurt, and we didn't even drafted him. He was from Detroit. He's not ours. He turned into ours, but he's not ours, bro. So, yeah, we'll see. Candy says Johnny Wilson is such a good blocker with his size and receiving background. Do you think he's a tight end candidate? Candy, that is a very, very great question. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out everybody who has pulled up to the live stream. This is Think Eagles. I'm Pablo Gary. Happy Friday. Appreciate you guys. Candy just asked a very solid question, and this was something that was brought up last offseason, and it was like a hard no. It was a hard stop. You know, everybody that was scouting Johnny Wilson asked Nick Sirianni and tight ends coaches, hey, and this is a big kid, man. He's 6'7". You know, you just look at a guy 6'7", you automatically put him at tight end, you know. But Johnny Wilson, again, like we talked about, he's tall, but he can really, the problem with Johnny is he can actually run routes. Like, actually run routes. And so for me, if I'm Nick Sirianni, if I'm Howie Roseman, I would at least ask him. I would say, hey, man, you have an opportunity to transition to tight end. Would you consider it? Like, we drafted you at wide receiver. but we also had an afterthought that maybe you could be a tight end for us. Is that something that you would consider? I would ask him. Let him talk to his agent. Let him get back to us and see what he says. I mean, I don't think it would be, I don't think it's a far-fetched idea for the Eagles to approach him and say, hey man, put on 15 to 20 pounds. You're already 6'7". The problem with it's a good problem. The good problem with Johnny Wilson is bare minimum he's going to be able to transition and be able to block for you as a tight end. So if I'm Howie Roseman, I would have that conversation. Like, hey, look, man, wide receiver room is crowded. Got a lot of guys competing, for that slot position. What do you think about playing tight end? What do you think about playing tight end? All right. Yeah. If you want to join the show, you want to call in live right now, you can do so at 301-767-7779. Want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions about the Eagles trading Bryce Huff. Call in. Let's chit-chat. Let's talk a little bit. Also, you can comment in the chat. We are live tonight, man. Shout out to Melvin Gilmore who stopped by. Rex, ZX11 Ryder, Carlos, Christopher Baker. Who else we got? Chris always showing love. Candy McDaniel is always showing love to Pablo Gary and the Think Eagles channel. I appreciate you, Candy. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Had a really good week. I'm lying. I didn't have a great week. I got through the week, which is great, but some people at work, I'm a very kind-hearted person. I'm a very open person. We got a caller. Hold on. We got a caller. Hold on. Caller, where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, bro? This is Pablo Gary. This is Think Eagles. I think Eagles appreciate you for calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this Chris, bro.
Chris. You put that.
There it is.
There it is. There it was. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man, for calling in, man. I just wanted you guys to see how dope it is that you can call in real time and talk ball. Chris, what's on your mind in regards to the Philadelphia Eagles and this team? Just talk to me about how you feeling after the Bryce Huff trade and just where the Eagles stand today.
Dude, man. Bryce Huff ought to be ashamed of himself, bro. For him to post that on his IG, I mean, all he did was pay you and get you a ring. You acting like we the dang Jaguars out here. This is the best season of your life, bro.
Facts.
Just disrespectful, man.
Facts.
Oh, I ain't with it. But I do feel like we light on the D-line.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like we need a safety, a veteran, somebody in the secondary, and a veteran D-lineman, because it's just way too many young dudes, man.
Okay.
We need a vet.
Okay, let me ask you this question. At this point in Jalen Carter's career, and I know it's a very young career, and I know Jordan Davis is very young. These guys I think Jalen Carter's 24, just turned 24. Jordan Davis just turned 25. Do you think after a Super Bowl win, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith Jr., do you think that you can look at them as veterans now after doing what they did at such a young age, understanding the kind of maturity it takes to win a Super Bowl? Can we now look at Jalen Carter as a true leader on that defensive front and say, you know what, the younger guys, the Azeez Ojularis, the Joshua Uches, they can now look up to those guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Let me rephrase. I mean defensive end.
Okay. Specifically defensive end.
Yeah, just because a lot of our DNs are undersized. You know, I love Nolan, but he's coming off a tricep injury.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he hasn't been the healthiest. Neither has Aziz, and neither has Uche for real. He was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl, just like Huff was. So give me a Von Miller. You know, 20 reps a game. He got 2 rings already.
Played
You know what
under
we're
Vic
trying to do. Give me
Fangio.
that.
Played under Vic
Yeah,
Fangio.
yeah, give me that, bro. Give me that for $5 million and give him 20 snaps a game, that BG role. Let him cook.
If the Eagles were to get Von Miller, all I could say is, wow. Bro, honestly,
Yeah.
I forgot he was sitting out. I forgot that damn Von Miller was sitting out there for the taking.
And he balled last year.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, and people say he's not the same. That's true. I'm not asking him to be the Broncos MVP version. I'm just asking him to fill in for BG snaps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all. Close the game for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
I actually like that. I think, and he's a guy, and now watch it now. Now I don't know how much. Now I got to figure out how much money the Philadelphia Eagles actually have, and I know somebody may have
40
said,
million.
if we have 40 million left, I'm telling you, you want to talk about bringing in guys who have championship aspirations, who are leaders, who have played under Vic Fangio, who understands what it means to win. Hello guys, you have Justin Simmons out there and Von Miller, and I'm saying that
Exactly.
there could legitimately be an argument made that those two guys. I mean, the experience alone, because that's one thing that the Eagles have lost. The thing about it is, I don't necessarily believe the Philadelphia Eagles need them for talent. I don't know if it's a talent thing. I think we already have the talent, but if you can add their talent to what we already have, I want that experience. Because Jalen Hunt said it the best. He said, you know what? When Brandon Graham retired, yeah, his playmaking ability left, but it was his wisdom. It was his experience that left out the door and retired with him. So you bring in a Justin Simmons who knows Vic Fangio's defense, from top to bottom, who's played with Von Miller, right? So now all the chemistry that you lost last year, you get your chemistry, you get your experience, you get your wisdom, you get all of that back, and you get guys a little longer than two, but can still make plays. If the Philadelphia Eagles, like you said, Chris, if they actually have $40 million, we got $40 million, I'm okay with 16 million. I go 8 apiece. Maybe I go Justin Simmons 7.5. Maybe give him some incentives. Maybe I go 6, 7 for Von Miller as your veteran defensive presence on that D line. I think it's a great idea, bro.
Yeah, here's the kicker. The Falcons last year gave Justin Simmons like 1 year, $7 million. So a year later, I'm giving you 1 year, $5 million. You're older.
Yeah, you're older, and you're coming to a championship caliber roster. So not only are we giving you solid money, but we're also giving you an opportunity to solidify your legacy.
Yeah.
To solidify your legacy.
And you ain't got to give up nothing for neither one of those players, bro. Mm-hmm. So you got 13 picks next year in the draft. You're not drafting 13 players, bro.
Exactly.
Not on this team. So right. You giving up them picks, you moving them to the next year, or you trading up. You can't draft that many players on this team. There's not enough spots.
Got you.
Yeah, and then I just got one more comment.
Yeah, bro.
My biggest concern
Mm-hmm.
on this team is Ringo, bro.
You concerned
If
about
there's
Keely?
anything, yes, bro. If there's anything that could derail or repeat,
Mm-hmm.
it's a liability at corner.
I
I
agree.
just don't know.
I agree, and I'll let you finish. I agree, but I'll
Yeah,
let you finish.
I just don't know if he's ready. And this is why I want another seasoned vet because Quinyon had Slade,
Mm-hmm.
Nolan had Reddick
Yeah.
and BG,
Uh-huh.
you know, Carter had Fletcher Cox.
Okay.
Like, there's always been a mentor, and I'm unsure if Ringo can hold it down, bro. I don't know.
This is what I'll say. I'll say this. Keely Ringo, what I love about the kid is he um he's done everything that the Philadelphia Eagles have asked him to do. EC1 football, bro. Shout out to you. Appreciate you for stopping by on this live stream, kicking it with Think Eagles. Keely Ringo, bro. There's not one time. Well, let me back up. Let's go back. Let's go back. Keely Ringo was also in that room with Darius Slay. Right. So he was also being mentored. So it wasn't like everybody else was in the playbook and he was back at Athens, Georgia. He was in that same room, getting the same coaching, getting the same mentorship. What I like about Keely, bro, is he's done it the right way. He hasn't complained. And guys like that, like you gotta give an opportunity to and I get the Adoree Jackson. I get it, maybe like I get it, especially when you're drafting rookie guys. What's the kid, Mac McWilliams, whatever his name is. I get it just for like insurance. I'm not mad at Keely because every time I've seen him play, has he really got beaten? I haven't seen it. There was one. You remember the game against the Seahawks when he went against DK Metcalf? And
Yeah.
DK, it was I think it was a 3rd and 10. It was a very crucial moment in the game. And Keely stepped up in a real way. He nah, for real. He stepped up in a real way. He stepped up in a way, and I was like, whoa, we might got one. And ever since that game, he's been balling, bro. I mean, and we can even go to special teams. We can even go to special teams, man. Going down to big time hits, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, great coverage. I mean, to me, I think he deserves a chance. And the thing about Keely, what you don't want to do is, you don't want to mess up the family discount. What do I mean by that? Okay. Now you got all these Georgia guys, right? But don't get it mistaken, right? Like Jalen Carter is watching Jordan Davis, his brother. Jordan Davis is watching his brother Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean is watching his brother Keely Ringo. They're watching how the Eagles handle them. You handle one of them wrong, and you might mess around and handle all of them wrong and miss out on the discount. So the Eagles got to give Nakobe that shot. He played his ass off last year. I don't care about the injury. 17 games, Nakobe Dean played like a middle linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Keely Ringo, to me, he has shown that he is an NFL player. All right, Chris, I'm going to take another call, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm going to see you in the chat, bro. What's going on? This is Think Eagles. I am Pablo Gary. Welcome to the show. Call it. Where you call it from?
Man, this is EC1. I'm calling from Levittown.
That's what's up, EC1, bro. I appreciate you, man. What is on your mind right now about the Philadelphia Eagles? Talk to me how you feeling, man. What comments you had, bro?
I'm just happy Bryce Huff is out of here. Man, I'm so glad he's out of here. I don't care how he does the San Fran. I just think that since the press conference, he just had the body language of he didn't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it was just time for him to go. And the fact that Howie was able to get a mid pick for him, I just found out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, he's a genius. I don't know how he does it.
EC1,
But
talk
like
to
I
me
said,
really quick about so what was the actual details? What was is it a third round pick, fourth, fifth?
I mean, they're saying it's a mid.
Okay.
It's not finalized until June 1st.
Okay.
But like I said that I'd take a strawberry and crushable for him. I just don't know how we did it. I'm lost for words. Whether we go out and use that money to get another guy, I don't know what the Eagles are going to do. I'm going to say this, though. A lot of people talk Jalen Ramsey and Henderson. I'll keep my eye on the Jaguars pass rusher that we've been surrounding interest in, and that's Walker.
Ooh.
Because I don't think those two can get paid because they just paid Allen. So, Jalen Walker could be a possibility. Kyle Pitts could be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Ramsey coming because I don't think he gets along with Fangio.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that there's a player that we don't see coming that could be Howie's move. I mean, we're thinking of guys like TJ Watt, Henderson, but there's some guy that you never know that could be traded that we don't think would ever be on the trade block.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Chris Olave could be rumored with the Eagles. I heard reports on IG about it. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I don't think we need a receiver. I think Jahan Dotson could fill that position at third receiver. But like I said, I wouldn't mind another pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that we need another pass rusher, or do you think we're good?
Do the Eagles need another pass rusher? Honestly, I say because of the leadership that we have and because of Vic Fangio and what he was able to do. It's not like these guys that we sign are rookies, right? Like these guys have actually produced in this league. They just haven't, ascended to the next level for whatever reason. We don't know. What the Eagles do know at this point is that we have a great coaching staff and that excels right now in player development. So that's what we're banking on. We're banking on getting young guys that can actually produce. So me personally, I feel like we have, if Vic Fangio can get Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean where they need to be as rookies, I just have all the trust in the world that he'll be able to get whomever, especially if you got some veteran experience. Could we use a extra guy? Sure. Would it hurt?
Hey, I was thinking of Justin Simmons. We've been rumored to go after him.
Yeah,
do they use that money to go after him?
We talked about him, and the reason why I said Justin Simmons is because, and everybody knows, I've been banging on the table for Justin Simmons for years now, for the last two off seasons. I like Makuba. I just don't want to. Now I get it. I get that the success that Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean had, but I just don't want to start a trend where we have this standard in Philadelphia where we want our rookie players to play on a superstar level their rookie year. It wouldn't hurt to bring in a Justin Simmons who's played under Vic Fangio, who knows his system front and back, who also is a baller himself, right? So I wouldn't mind Justin Simmons. And Chris earlier, I don't know if you heard the call, but he even said maybe you go Von Miller as well. Why not?
No, I don't. I don't want Von Miller.
Why not?
It's just he's old.
Okay.
He's old, man, and I just don't want that type of guy where it's like, okay, we get in another Asian veteran defensive end or a linebacker, whatever. I think he's an old linebacker or something like that. I just don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he takes away snaps from potentially Nolan Smith,
mm-hmm.
or he takes potential snaps from Jalen Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those two are stars.
I got it.
I do. I think Jalen Hunt's going to be legit.
Yeah, I like his. Yeah, I like Jalen Hunt.
It just, and also I just like, doesn't he have a domestic violence case with Howie Touchum?
Who was that?
Von Miller.
If he does, I know he's not going to touch him because I wanted the Eagles to get that kid out of Texas, Isaiah Bond.
Yeah.
Domestic violence or not, like I get it. Like trust me, I get it. But his talent, I mean, I thought he was clear, something like that. But that was a joke, guys. But Isaiah Bond was a kid. But yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Then yeah.
I mean, if we get Jalen Ramsey, my thing with Jalen Ramsey is, will him and Vic Fangio work out? And I just don't want to be in that situation. Or I'm sorry, the Eagles be in a situation where we have a potential where we have to move on from them. Because the thing about Jalen Ramsey is he has an arrogant attitude. And I don't know if Fangio is going to put up with that. Because the thing about him and Fangio, the reason why they didn't get along, that I've read was the fact Jalen Ramsey wanted to play on one position and Fangio wanted to play in multiple. And he didn't want to do that. And to me, that to me is not a team player, because whether you don't want to play on that one position, if the coach asks you to do something, you do it. And I don't think the Eagles would put up with his drama. And he has just a diva cornerback mentality. But I could see the Eagles pulling it. I could see the Eagles going after him because they were interested with him. You remember when we were trying to trade for him with Jacksonville, when he was a young guy?
Yeah.
We ended up getting Slay instead. So it's like, I could see the Eagles doing it. But do you want another 31-year-old corner? I mean, we just got done with Slay. If we were going to go after a guy like that, I would have just kept Slay at that point.
Yeah. Let me think. Honestly, no.
I'd rather stay young.
I'd rather stay young, and I'd rather stay loyal. Right there's a sense of loyalty right now in our franchise, and I think going to go get Jalen Ramsey, that you're not staying loyal.
It'd be disservice to Kelee Ringo.
Yeah, it's a major disservice, and it would be a disservice to our franchise and our draft capital. I mean, let's not forget, Howie Roseman traded a third-round pick to go up and get Kelee Ringo, right? And so here's a comment from Candy McDaniel in the chat. She says AJ Brown intentionally shouted out Ringo. That means something to me, and to be honest, I think it means something to me as well. And what I will say is,
and I think people need to give him a chance. Sorry not to cut you off.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I mean, I just think that people need to relax with Ringo. I mean, he's a young kid, and he was a project. We knew that when we drafted him. Right. But I think him learning under guys like Quinion, Bradbury, Slay, I think that he can step in and take that role. And I think that people are so focused on him not panning out. But if we don't give him a chance, and let's say, how he trades him, he could turn into something else. And I just don't want to get a 31-year-old veteran and then get rid of that young guy or put him on the bench and he goes somewhere else in free agency and then turn to a star.
Yeah. So
I just don't want to do that.
A player we did that with, And this is why I don't think it'll happen.
TJ, yeah.
I don't think it'll happen because we have better player development. What's the kid? Rasul Douglas. He wasn't a superstar with the Green Bay Packers, but he definitely left the Eagles as a so-so player. The next thing I know, he signed a multi-million-dollar deal with the Green Bay Packers, like actually balling out. You know, so
you mean the Baltimore Ravens?
No.
What was his name?
Rasul Douglas. We drafted him.
Rasul Douglas, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a superstar, by any stretch of the imagination. But what I'm saying is, like, we didn't get the best out of him in Philly. He left Philadelphia and got better, right? So, listen, I think what at the end of the day is if Keely Ringo doesn't pan out, okay, he doesn't pan out. Maybe you could try him at safety, but I do know that's going to be Cooper DeJean's spot. The Eagles secondary is going to be our outside cornerbacks is going to be Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. That's why I think we drafted. Go ahead.
I got a question. Would you let's say Keely Ringo don't work out? Because I think people forgot we did draft a corner. What's his name? McMillan from
Mac McWilliams.
Mac McMillan. I like the kid.
Yeah.
I think the kid has so much upside. And I think, the way he dropped to us was a steal.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like his underdog mentality. I mean, the kid talked about he don't care about his size. He's just going to hit someone. And I like corners who like to punch people in the mouth.
Yeah.
And they had the mentality of a dog.
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't care what people think. And just want to go eat. Like, you're not going to take something off my plate.
Right.
And I just like McMillan, man. I think the kid could very well be a sneaky move. You know what I'm saying? I could see him if let's say Ringo doesn't win that job.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't think Adoree Jackson could be that guy. I could see McMillan taking that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. You never know with these guys, man. And these late round guys, they can get really scary really quick. I believe at first, I didn't do a lot of research on them, but when you got a guy like that, says, hey, look, man, I know I'm small, but I play like I'm the biggest guy out there. Well, that's where it starts. That's where it starts is a guy believing that he's one of the bigger names out there, but before it actually happens. So, yeah, man.
And I'll say this too. Yeah. One more thing before I know you got a lot more people. Power Jr., the guy that we drafted, don't sleep on him. Because I think he's a playmaker.
Who's that?
The fact that we got him, who?
You're talking about APR?
Antoine Power Jr.
APR, yeah.
Dude's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah.
And I did not think he would fall that far.
I forgot about APR. I did a video about APR.
I'm telling you right now, I would not trade for Trey Henderson. I wouldn't, because I think that if you develop that kid and you have him the same way he learned under Jalen Hunt, and he can be that Jalen Hunt down the road. Because remember, Jalen Hunt didn't get that much playing time because of Bryce Huff.
Yes, sir.
And then we started giving him snaps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, better. And we were talking about last year, could we trade for a veteran? And I was like, let these young guys play.
Yep.
That's why I don't want to go out and trade for Jalen Ramsey.
Let him play.
I don't want to trade for a pass rusher. Everybody talk TJ Watt, but it's like he's always injured, and he's a great player. But he's 30 years old.
And man, is he
and
expensive.
I'd rather have the young guys.
Yeah.
Eating.
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate you calling in.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you calling in. And wait a minute, let me get your because I just looked at your channel. EC1 Football. Make sure you guys check out his channel, man. Great work over there. EC1, I just subscribed to your channel, bro.
I appreciate that.
Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, yep. Boom, $5.95. There you go. I just subscribed, bro. Definitely, man.
Appreciate that, dude.
I'll be definitely checking out. Now, I always check out your channel, bro. I always check out your channel. Yeah, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You have a good one, bro.
Yep, you
Flag
too,
is
bro.
fly.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a lot, man. A lot. Appreciate you, EC1, for calling in, man. F. White, he said, I don't think Ramsey's personality fits this locker room. We don't have a team of humble workers, humble working bees that don't do a whole lot of huffing and puffing. Yeah, that's not our locker room, and that's another reason why we got to be very careful not to be so quick to just add a flashy name. A flashy name doesn't always equate to a flashy fit. We need a flashy fit, not a flashy name. We don't need anybody just to, Jalen Ramsey's 31, 32. Let's bring him in. He has a great name. He was the whole Pro Bowl, all pro this shit. Now, even Justin Simmons, if you're not a fit, and it's important because when you're trying to repeat, we all know, everybody in the chat, everybody on this live right now, we know, like, for us to go back to the Super Bowl, it has to be darn near perfect. You know, you have to have that chemistry. Right now in the NFL, to win championships, to do what the Philadelphia Eagles want to do, you have to have chemistry. The Cowboys aren't going anywhere. I don't care about Kyle Pitts. I don't care about small fits. I don't care about mixed fits. Lakers ever. The Cowboys aren't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere because they don't have the chemistry. They don't have the culture, right? The Eagles have both already. So I don't want, this thing is like a balancing, you know what I mean? I don't want to teeter too far right. I don't want to teeter too far left. Like, it needs to just, you got to have the right guys, man. And so sometimes the right guys are the young guys that you're drafting and you're bringing up and you're showing how to win in this league. And you just got to trust them. So if I'm Howie Roseman, like I said in the video before, trust your preparation with Jairus Hunt, those young guys. Trust it with APR. EC1 talked about that. These young guys. I know Chris, he talked about, you know, maybe that could potentially hurt the Eagles in terms of, like, these guys being so young. But I'll say this, man. Jalen Carter is a Super Bowl champion. You can't take that from him. You can, and I'm saying, he's earned some respect now from where Jalen Carter was up until now. Everybody said don't draft him, don't take him. He's going to be a headache. He's going to cause trouble. He's going to be this, off the field concerns, this and that, the third. He's this, he's that. Horrible pick. Okay, now he's a Super Bowl champion. Jalen Carter got drafted. They said, hey, Jalen, what are you planning to do? It's time to go win that Super Bowl. A few years later, he won that Super Bowl. He has a ring on his finger. So I personally believe the Eagles defense, as it stands today, no injuries. If we can go into the regular season and throughout the season and into the playoffs, injury-free, I think we're fine. The only player I would consider at this point today, right now, is Justin Simmons, just because I don't want to throw Mukuba out there. Safety is a very tough position to play. You got to be different to play safety. So I would want him to get his feet wet before we just threw him out there. That's the only thing. So going to take a quick commercial break, just like 30 seconds. And I will be right back. Appreciate you guys. 1 second.
Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet? I guess so. So you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. So you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me espresso. I can't relate to desperation. Might give a fucks. Are on vacation, and I got this perfume for you. Yes, I know I'm melting to it for you. Yes, that morning coffee brewed for you. Yes, one touch and I'm brand new for you. Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet I kiss so? So you can sleep, baby, I know it's that me espresso.
Eagles Nation, we are still world champions. We're still celebrating. Man, you guys got to remember, man, the fans, we can celebrate at any point. The players got to go back and get focused and train and do all of that. We don't have to do that. We can still celebrate until somebody else is crowned Super Bowl champions, man. This is Pablo Gary. Think Eagles. We're live, man, having a good time. Happy Eagle Friday, man. I'm excited. I got a trivia question coming up in the next 30 seconds. See if you can get it right.
Yes, I know I'm melting to it for you. Yes, that morning coffee brewed for you. Yes, one touch and I'm brand new for you. Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet I kiss so? So you can't sleep, baby, I know it's that me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh, switch it up like Nintendo.
Shout out to Chris.
Sleep, baby, I know it's that me espresso. Thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet I kiss so? So you can't sleep, baby, I know it's that me espresso. Move it up, down.
It feels good to be a Philadelphia Eagle. Think about me, think about you. That's that E, I guess so. Eagles Nation. Oh. Woo! Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the live. Man, I'm really excited, man. Really, really excited. Got a trivia question for you guys. Trivia question. Right, you want to start off, easy. All right. And whoever gets this right, whoever's the first person to put the right answer in the chat, you will get a shout out in the next video. Let me see, 21. Okay. All right. So the first question. In what year did the Philadelphia Eagles draft quarterback Donovan McNabb? A, 1997, B, 1999, C, 2000, D, 2001. And don't freaking Google it. If you're a real one, you're sitting there like, all right, let me think about this for a second. All right, okay, you minus the 3, you carried it 1, and it couldn't have been in 2000. So what year was Donovan McNabb drafted in? A, 1997, B, 1999, C, 2000, D, 2001. First person that gets it right, you will get a shout out. Hey. Appreciate you, Chris, is the first person to answer. And the correct answer is 1999. Philadelphia Eagles drafted Donovan McNabb in the year of 1999. All right, let's that's a little warm up. All right, let's do one more before we get back into the live. Who was the Eagles' first 1,000-yard rusher? A, Wilbert Montgomery, B, LaShawn Shady McCoy, C, Steve Van Buren, D, Brian Westbrook. Who was the Eagles' first 1,000-yard rusher without Googling it? Who was the first 1,000-yard rusher? A, Wilbert Montgomery, B, LaShawn McCoy, C, Steve Van Buren, D, Brian Westbrook. Let me know in the chat. I love music, man. So I'm gonna give y'all something. Where I want to go. Y'all don't know nothing about this. Hey, Chris, if you like that espresso, I know you're gonna like this. Eagles Nation, what y'all know about this? That Charlie Pugh.
Got these girls trying to lock me down, and I always up and leave. But for the first time in a while, I wanna throw away the key.
Bye bye, Bryce Huff.
You've been in a couple more relationships than me. Cause you talk a different talk, and you kiss me differently. Now I don't know where to go.
Eagles Nation.
After you love me this way.
Super Bowl champs.
After you love me so good, how are you gonna tell me you don't wanna stay?
Watch the beat drop.
You tell me I'm too young, but I gave you what you wanted. Baby, how dare you treat me just like a boy? You won't wake up beside me.
Cause I was born in the 90s.
Baby, how dare you treat me just like a boy? Go and treat me like. Go and treat me like. You told me you needed a perfect guy that'll make your parents proud.
Y'all don't know nothing about that, man. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. I ain't even going. That's too much heat. That's too much heat for y'all on Friday. Chris got both answers right. First answer was, when did the Philadelphia Eagles draft Donovan McNabb? That was the year 1999. Who was the first 1,000-yard running back for the Philadelphia Eagles? That was Steve Van Buren. So, man, we've been on here for almost, an hour and 12 minutes. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Somebody said, they got a request. I got to honor the request. See, you getting this in real time, Candy. Come on now. You getting this in real time. Yeah. Okay, here you go. Woo!
Turn your lights down low and pull your window curtain.
I love being the Eagles fan.
Oh, let your moon come shining into our life again. Saying, ooh, it's been a long, long time. I get this message for you, girl, but it seemed I was never on time. Still I wanna get through to you, girl, on time. Wow. I want to give you some love.
Candy, they not ready for that, Candy. Oh my goodness, hold up.
Yeah, I want to give you some good love.
Turn your lights down low. Never try to resist. Oh no.
Woo! See you later, Bryce Huff.
Oh, let your love come shining in.
Don't let your love come shining in, Bryce Huff.
Into our lives again.
I'm sorry it didn't work, Huff.
Saying, ooh, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I want you to know right now.
Woo!
Right now. Ooh, I love you.
Hey, Candy, hold on. Time out. Popeyes, French fries, thighs, illegals and thighs. Hey, Chris, in a real way. Candy, I really appreciate you. That song, I got to put that in my. I'm saving that. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with your game. I was not familiar with your game. I appreciate it. Man. Thank y'all so much, man, for checking me out. I'm Pablo Gary, man. This is Think Eagles. It's a channel, man, where I just want to, I appreciate you guys for allowing me, you know, this little getaway from work and every life and everything like that, man. So thank you guys, man. Got a song I played earlier. I got a song I played earlier. I want to shout out to Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, honestly, bro, thank you so much for everything you did in Philadelphia. We really appreciate it. But I think you know what time it is, brother. You got to beat it out of Philadelphia. We thank you for everything that you did, but it didn't work. All right, so thank you, Bryce Huff. We appreciate you. Eagles Nation, Bryce Huff has got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go.
They told him, don't you ever come around here. Don't wanna see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes and their words are really clear. So beat it, just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood, don't be a macho man. You wanna be tough, better do what you can. So beat it, but you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it, no one wants to beat it, beat it. Sure, when I'm funky, don't just shut right up. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just beat it. Just beat it, just beat it, just beat it. They're out to get you, better leave while you can. Don't wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man.
Eagles Nation, man, make sure you guys have a great weekend. Whatever it is that you're going through in your life, know that you can beat it. I don't care if it's a health scare. I don't care if it's a medical situation. I don't care if it's a coworker on your job. I don't care if it's a short check. We are going to beat it together. Hopefully this motivates you and encourages you. Hopefully this 1 hour got you away from life and reality just for 1 hour. It definitely helped me. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys. Until the next live stream, make sure you turn on your notification bell so you know the next time that we're going to beat it.
Funky, don't just shut right up. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just beat it, beat it, beat it.
Bryce Huff got to beat it. Bryce Huff, 49ers, would you beat it? Bryce Huff, 0 sacks, can't beat it. Bryce Huff, 0 sacks, won't you beat it? No, man.
You're now locked in with Pablo Gary, the #1 Eagles fan from Maryland.
Who they waiting on? That's Pablo.